All right, this is part two. So I got, and I would like to tell you that I started working out 3 hours a day, every day. Um, with all the equipment, well, a lot of the equipment that you would need, and at 14, and that I got yoked. But guess what? Uh, Nobody gets yoked throughout steroid use. Um, Nobody. And I don't care which I don't know which genetic freak you found, or how much you believe, how little of a BS meter you have. uh, I just don't care about it. Nobody is natural that if you look big, you were taking something at one point. And honestly, if somebody is lying so well or just so much, then maybe they took it and they just didn't know it, right? Maybe they took a protein powder that was actually Anavar. Maybe. I might have actually done that by mistake, but I was 22 at that point. Anyway, and if I did, it was a few weeks. It was like a week or two. Somebody would, it's irrelevant. So anyway, I didn't get yoked. I got bigger, but it looked like shit. Honestly, from the amount of work I was putting in, and it was no joke. So I was young. I was 14, so my BS meter was maybe just developing too. But you develop a real powerful bullshit meter when you were raised. The internet raised you. The internet raised me since I was maybe 11. So my bullshit meter is, I would say, one of my biggest attributes by far. And I definitely got it from my father too. He has an incredible bullshit meter. Well, mine was fueled by the internet. So anyway, so that at that point, I was the thought of, the reality was coming in, slowly seeping into my brain about people injecting themselves with steroids, but actually you can just use pills, so droplets, I think. But I haven't heard about that, but definitely you can just use pills and get big. And maybe convince yourself you're Natty because these are supplements, maybe, right? You take Anavar and Vinstrol and be fucking huge and say, oh, it's just these pills that are supplements, So possibly what was happening with many people. Anyway, so I continued to work out until I was about 19 maybe, or 20. And I was still, I guess I believed, I was still young, I guess, so I kind of thought maybe if I do a different type of workout, then I would get bigger, or at least shredded, So I went into calisthenics and gymnastic training, thinking that this is the way I'm going to, right? And what has happened was I ended up actually motivating a lot of people. I moved to London at that time, and I would do street workouts, right? I was actually broken, almost homeless. I quit school at that time for a brief moment, and So I was doing street workouts and I was meeting a lot of people, really cool people. And were incredibly motivated by me, and they wanted to learn more because I was learning from gymnastic training books how to do a lot of different fun exercises. I mean, at the very least, you should do a human flag and a plank, right? And muscle ups, right? If you're not getting big from all these workouts, right? So that's what I went into, and maybe you happen to end up at least a little bit more shredded, at least a little bit alike to those big guys on YouTube. And then what happened is I accumulated a bunch of people, and I was just teaching them for free in a park, and I was like getting frustrated by it. Did not like it. And I started getting serious shoulder injuries, and so then I stopped, right? And at that point, around 19 or 20, I was like, nobody's natural. It's not possible, you know. And I wasn't excluding the possibility of there being genetic freaks, but I am 28 now, 29 in a few months, and believe I have one of the biggest bullshit meters that I know, out of probably up to 1,000 people that I met in my life, and I can confidently say that nobody is natural unless they have no muscle. Anyway, and yes, I basically came to that conclusion. If I want to continue with my any sort of fitness journey, then I will have to do steroids. So I just forgot about it and did a bunch of other things, like start multiple different businesses over the years. And then I found myself in a situation at 26 where I was running a business almost by myself. It was difficult to hire anybody. In London, it's a serious issue. Anybody to stick around or to partner with anyone, people are just out of their minds in London. So, but maybe I'm also out of my mind, maybe, so that could be part of it. So anyway, I found myself being the business, right? So I was the business. Without me, there was no business, right? So I was watching an influencer with a business in London, and he was yoked, right? And I was like, okay, I can see steroids and gym will help you run a business, and I was right, and that's what I did. And so I started taking steroids and got way stronger and bigger, and it was helping my business certainly, and actually helped my life significantly. I mean, I don't want to say it's not the best view, but it's not the worst. It's not the worst view, either. I'm pretty happy with it. So anyway, and honestly, it costs nothing, right? So it would not take much more for me to sometime next year move into, well, by the way, this is the very main areas is about 8-minute walk. So I'm just not facing it really. I have to walk out here in the corridor and you will see a massive skyline in Bangkok, Thailand. So, but I have a view of this 5-star hotel swimming pool. So that's always cool, right? So anyway, what's next? Oh yeah, and it helped my business because I was strong and yoked, and a bit more ruthless. but it also made me it made me think better. I feel like I became smarter from steroids. It opened up my mind a lot, and it helped me push myself to limits that I didn't know I could, for sure. So once you come off of them, that stays in your mind, because you go through a lot of stuff. So the next video I will say the side effects that I got. I will just briefly cover them, but it will probably take a while, and there will not be all of the side effects. See you.